You are the Apex champions.
Oh, I said GG.
Oh yeah, I think you dropped like 25, 26 kills, bro.
Hopefully he was going off. I had, I think 10. Yeah, look, you got one more than me. Jesus Christ, bud. Good shit.
That was kind of boss.
Hey y'all, OGC here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to get high damage games. I actually have 4 tips for you guys that are going to instantly improve your chances at getting those high damage games that you guys are looking for. Whether that be the 2K badge, the 3K, or the 4K. No matter what your goal is, by the end of this video, you're going to be better prepared to go into your lobbies and games, whether it be ranked or pubs, and get more damage than you're used to getting, because you're going to be putting yourselves in scenarios that's favored towards you and your teammate to go ahead and farm damage off of the enemy. So diving straight into it, we're going to be first talking about the weapon loadouts that you should be running if you're looking to get those high damage games. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. I think you guys should always be running a long range weapon when you guys are going for these high kill oh oops, I meant high damage games. That's gonna be a complete different video and a different topic that I will cover in the future for you guys. But back to the topic at hand. Basically, I want you guys to use weapons that allow you to pick at enemies from range and go ahead and farm damage off of them. And what I mean by this, if you're not too familiar with the term, basically you're gonna want to poke at an enemy team from range, let them shield up, and then go ahead and poke some more so you can maximize the amount of damage, which is very easy when you're fighting at range, because you can go ahead and dictate the pace of the fights that you're in. And what I mean by this is that since you guys are the ones fighting at range, you guys can go ahead and third party a fight from range, poke at both teams, maybe let them heal up a bit if they go ahead and take some cover, and then when they peek their heads again, you can go ahead and pump even more damage into the enemy squads, which is going to give you a higher chance at getting those high damage games and those damage badges that you guys are looking for. Now you're probably wondering why I don't recommend you guys using close range weapons when going for these high damage games. It's not to say that it's not possible to go ahead and get a high damage game with these close range weapons. You guys have seen it on the channel, me do it before, if you guys have been with me for a while, that it is definitely possible. But weapons like the Wingman, the PK, the 9.9, anything of that variation, they will get you lots of quick kills, which is not something you probably want if you guys are going strictly for high damage games. And what I mean when I say that you're going to be getting quick kills is that the time to kill with weapons like these is actually very low when you guys are hitting your shots, which is going to minimize the amount of damage you get per enemy. Best case scenario, they have a purple shield or a red shield, then you're going to be getting 200 to 225 damage per enemy that you down. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but just some little quick maths, if I did it right, that's going to mean that you're going to have to go ahead and down about 10 people to go for that 2K badge if you haven't gotten it already. Then you're going to have to down another 4 for 14 downs to go ahead and grab a 3K badge, and add another 4 to that, taking your total to about 18 downs if you want to go for that 4K badge. Now, unless you're wild and you want to be sweaty in pubs from the second you touch the ground to the end of the match, finding those 18 peoples and trying to kill them and down them at least for that 225 damage to try to get that 4K badge, then you're probably going to want to try out my method of grabbing that long range weapon and farming damage from range, maybe not downing them, letting them heal up a bit, and then farming even more damage before going in for the kill. Now, since I just mentioned the fact that we're playing these pub matches for these damage badges, that takes me on to my next tip, which is going to be knowing the map layouts. Currently it's Olympus and World's Edge in rotation, so if you guys are going for these damage badges, I would definitely recommend getting familiar with what areas and points of interest on these maps attract a lot of players. But if you're lazy like I am and don't want to go ahead and look up what the hot zones are, or go ahead and try to figure them out yourselves, I'll just throw them up on screen right now. For World's Edge first, you guys can go ahead and pause the video and take a look at what the zones are and which ones you should be landing at for those high damage opportunities. And I'll go ahead and throw up Olympus's hot zones up on the screen right now. And you guys should do the same thing you guys did for World's Edge. Pause the video, look at this little mini map, and know where these hot zones are, so you guys know exactly where to drop on Olympus to go ahead and farm that damage for your badges. And since we're talking about farming damage with anyone you do see, that's going to take us on to our next tip, which is going to be finishing people that you downed, someone else downed. It doesn't matter if they're downed, you shoot them, because if you shoot a downed enemy, it actually does go towards your damage counter. So if you find someone who's downed and you have the time to safely shoot them and get that extra 100 damage per down player, then go ahead and do that, because that's easy damage that's going to help you get closer and closer to whatever badge you're trying to get. Just please don't be that idiot who tries to shoot a down player in the middle of an insane fight, get downed yourself, and then get finished off, because that's definitely not going to help you in getting those damage badges that you guys are trying to get here. Now, the last 3 tips were for any types of games you guys are getting into, whether you're solo queuing, duo queuing, or 3 stacking. You guys can go ahead and utilize those tips. But if you only have one buddy to play with and you're trying to really go for those badges, then the final tip from me is going to be running duos in trios and going ahead and selecting the no fill option. What this is going to do is it's going to allow you and your buddy to go ahead and coordinate and communicate between just the 2 of you and taking on more enemies, which means more damage for you to go ahead and get. And it also removes the wild card factor from getting a random who's going to be finishing off people that you get low, so they won't be able to go ahead and shield up, and then you can farm more damage off of them, which is going to be counterproductive to you and your grinding of these badges. And unless you choose an absolute ass as a duos partner to go ahead and try to grind these badges, then you'll have someone who's supporting you because they know exactly what you're trying to do in these games. They're not going to take unnecessary risks that might put you in a bad situation and go ahead and ruin any potential high damage games if you get off to a good start. So that's beneficial to you and your goal. And they're also going to make sure that they don't finish off anyone who's downed that you guys might cross by, and go ahead and allow you to get that damage so you can go ahead and get closer and closer to your goal. All in all, running duos in trios for me has been the reason I've gotten so many high damage games in the past. Not to say you can't do it otherwise, but if you're looking for the easiest way to do it, then following all the other tips and combining them with this final tip of going ahead and running trios with a duos partner and then selecting that no fill option is going to be the easiest way for you to go ahead and farm damage and get those badges unlocked. And now that you guys have all 4 of my secrets to getting high damage games, I'm gonna go ahead and recap them real quick and throw all 4 of them up on the screen so you guys can go ahead and have them all in one place, nice and easy for you guys to look at. So firstly, I want you guys to go ahead and utilize those long range weapons so you guys can go ahead and farm damage off enemies from a safe distance, and also poke at enemies without downing them so you can go ahead and get even more damage off of every enemy you see. Secondly, I want you guys to go ahead and learn the map layouts and the hot zones for the 2 maps that are out right now in rotation, which is World's Edge and Olympus, so you guys can go ahead and land in a little bit hotter of an area. That way you guys can see more enemies and get even more opportunities to go ahead and deal that damage that you need for your badges. Thirdly, I want you guys to go ahead and shoot every single downed enemy that you guys see if it's safe to do so. Again, make sure it's safe to do so. Don't do it when you guys are in the midst of a fight and you can potentially get killed in the process of doing so, because then that defeats the whole purpose, since you're probably going to get downed and finished yourself. And then lastly, if you do all 3 of those things and combine it with the strategy of running duos in the trios playlist while selecting the no fill option, then you guys will have the table set for you guys to go ahead and go get those high damage games and unlock all those badges that you guys are trying to earn. And that goes ahead and concludes today's guide on how to get high damage games. If I did miss any tips that you guys know of, then go ahead and feel free to leave those down in the comments below. That way everyone else who watches this video also has access to those, and you'll be helping someone out, which is always good to do. But if you guys did enjoy today's guide, learn anything at all, or just enjoyed the video And go ahead and leave a like, smash that like button for me. You guys always run it up for me. And if you guys are new around here and enjoyed today's guide and wish to see more content like this in the future, then consider hitting that subscribe button for me. That way you never miss out on a future video. And with that, I'll go ahead and let you guys watch the end of the gameplay that's been running in the background throughout this entire video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Shields recharging. Recharging my shields.
Knocked one. You don't want to push? There's fucking... No, I got 86, but I'm silenced.
Go.
Finally.
Yo, GG, bro.
You are the Apex champions.
Oh, I said GG.
Oh yeah, GG. I think you dropped like 25, 26 kills, bro.
Hopefully, he was going off. I had, I think, 10. Yeah, look, you got one more than me. Jesus Christ, bud. Good shit.
That's kind of boss.